So I was recently on a retreat in Arizona with several other business owners. And every morning I'd wake up and I'd go for a little hike and I'd find myself somewhere and kind of wonder, have I gone too far? Do I really know my way around? And I was having a good time just thinking, just being outside in nature and thinking. Does anybody else here go outside in nature to think, clear your head a little bit? So I'm wandering along every morning and I get fired up and I go back into Phoenix and I'm spending the night with one of my clients and friends, Harvey McKay. If you don't know Harvey, check out his books, top 5 inspirational authors of all times. And I decide that, you know what, I'm gonna go on a walk in the morning. He lives right near Camelback Mountain. It's this beautiful mountain that you can almost just see. It's called the Praying Monk, right in the mountain, if you look at the shadow just right. And I thought, I'm gonna go for a walk in the morning. We're gonna celebrate Passover later in the day. I wanna get my exercise in. So I put on my workout clothes. You know, I'm a Minnesotan, it's April, right? So it's not a pretty sight for me. And I've got my little Lululemon on and then a little Target top and I'm feeling kind of good. And I thought, okay, I'm gonna just walk along here. And all of a sudden I see these golf balls. And I don't know about you, but I was told once, if you collect golf balls, you can turn them into the golfing place and you can get money. So I collect golf balls wherever I go. And I see this golf ball, this little green golf ball, and I put it in my pocket and I keep walking. And a guy next to me walking his dog must see me and he says, I collect the golf balls too. And I thought, is this a competition? Do I need to box him out to get my golf balls? And I see a few more and we're friendly and I decide, you know, I only just want one in my pocket. All of a sudden I'm walking along and I'm not listening to music because I thought I want to hear the birds. I want to think. I want to think about what I do. I want to think about what kind of speaker do I want to be. I want to think about who do I want to work with. Do I want to work with you and your teams? Do I want to work with you individually? I'm having all these deep thoughts. And I look over and I see an access point to the mountain to go climb up Camelback Mountain. And I thought, I think I should do that. And I walk up and there's a little parking lot and there's a couple signs that are kind of official. And I see people coming down and they look pretty healthy. And I think, you know what? I think I'm gonna do this hike, game on. And I got my sneakers on and I looked to see how long it is. Because I'm a risk taker, but I wasn't sure what I really wanted to sign up for. And it says it's 0.7 miles. I go, game on. I got 0.7 miles in me and I got an 11 o'clock phone call and I can be down the mountain, have breakfast and still get on my call at 11. Well, I might have made a little mistake there. Has anybody here ever made a mistake where you think you can do something but you don't have all the facts? I need a show of hands. Anybody just kind of dove in, got that attitude like, I'm in, I'm doing this, I'm going up that mountain. So I see a little getaway where you can walk off and you can take a view and I thought, you know what, that's for the people that are really just should be sitting in the car. That's not for me, I'm not going that way. So I walk a little bit further up to the left and I see a guy coming down and he's really fit. And he just looks a little, I don't want to say haggard, but like he looks tired. And I kind of glance at him and I'm like, he must have started early, like something's not right with him. So I keep trudging along and there's a path and I'm walking and all of a sudden I get further up and I think I better look back where I'm at because this is 0.7 miles. Like I got to pay attention to see what my view's like. And I look back and I see a guy out on a plateau and he's doing yoga moves out there. And I'm like, it's about the size of this stage. And I don't know about you, but my yoga moves are not like, I would not be doing what he was doing. And I see him out there and I was like, oh, that's interesting that he's out there doing this. I bet he does this every day. I bet he knows exactly what he's doing. And I trudge along and I keep walking. And all of a sudden, this should have been my moment. There's fencing boxing us in to the little walkway. And there's a little railing. And I kind of look over and this is the moment when I realize this is a double black hike that I'm on. Double black is like expert hiker. I'm in my sneakers. I'm in my Lulu top. I am not out for a 0.7 mile hike that is double black. But I get up the little railing and I hear two guys behind me saying, oh, well, we just hiked 4 days in Sedona and I'm really tired, and they're making some excuse. And I was like, you wussies, like, what are you talking about? And I make it up that first thing thinking, I'm gonna pass these guys. Because you know those people that kind of bug you? They're talking and they kind of bug you and you're like, you're not on my team. You're not my people to go up this hike. And of course, I've got my little golf ball in my thing. I've got my phone in one side. And all of a sudden, the next fenced off item, I'm pulling. And I'm sweating and I'm wondering, can I still do a box jump? Am I gonna hurt myself up here? And I realize I am in over my head. But I'm determined. Because again, those of you that nodded your head, you dove in. I was not gonna turn around. And the man looks at me and he said, I must have said, is it all like this? I don't remember what came out of my mouth. I remember him telling me, you're at 10 of 36. I go, what do you mean 10 of 36? He goes, marker 10 of 36. And that was the moment when I thought, I better turn around. It's just me out here. I haven't eaten breakfast. I've got no water. I've got kind of a so-so attitude on this. I better turn around. And then I thought, you know what? No, I got nothing to do until 11 o'clock. I am going forward. So now all of a sudden I'm paying attention to those markers. And oh, by the way, his daughter was with her, and she kind of looked at me like, I don't know why he tracks all that. I don't know what it means, but it kind of bugged me, because she said, I remember her saying that. So I keep walking along, and then it starts to happen. In creeps the doubt. In creeps the wondering, I'm all by myself. Where's my team? I need to put together a team. So I say to one of the gentlemen something like, what is the rest of this like? I start asking questions. And all of a sudden, I left my water bottle over there. All of a sudden he goes, do you have water? I'm like, no, I got nothing. He goes, here, take my water bottle. And he gives me one of those little plastic water bottles. Dan, toss me my water bottle over there. So he hands me the water bottle and I chug it because I'm like, 0.7 miles. I was not gonna look at my watch to know what time it was. I was just gonna keep walking. So I drank part of the water, and then all of a sudden I'm tucking it right in here because I know I need my water bottle with me. Climbing along. It starts to be like a climb, because that's why I put the water bottle there. Like, I needed all my hands. This was double black. I wasn't worried I was gonna fall anymore, but all of a sudden I see 15 kids that are celebrating Earth Day. And they're like all happy and giddy, and isn't this the greatest, and it's Earth Day. And then one of them goes, oh, I think I twisted my ankle. And I'm like, yeah, I'm sure you did. You're sprinting up the thing. And then they all fuss over. Anyway, I was trying not to be mean, but I was like, it was so easy for them. And here I was struggling. And yet I was like, I wanted a team with me. I wanted 10 people that would cheer me along. And I'm by myself, but I'm like, okay, I got the water bottle from this guy. And then I see a woman who says to me, and I had forgotten, I'm wearing my jewelry, my little pearl necklace. And she goes, nice necklace. And I thought, she's coming down the hill, she's complimenting me on my necklace. I'm taking the compliment. She goes, where'd you get it? And I'm like, okay, now I'm gonna stop and talk to her, because you get a little focused on there. And I said, oh, you can order it from Sequin. My tennis partner gave it to me. I'm babbling about my pearl necklace. I'm wondering, why am I wearing a pearl necklace? Why am I on this mountain? I'm at like 16. Again, I'm trying not to trek. I'm just trying to figure out, can I get to the top? We have a nice little conversation. I keep going. All of a sudden, the people coming down, like, they're happier. They're upbeat. And I'm thinking, I should turn around. It's 16. I got 20 more to go. I don't know what time it is. This is getting hard. Your voices just start. And I'm like, no, I can do this. I can make it up this mountain. And then all of a sudden, I'm far enough along, and 3 people come by me. And they're in, none of you are in neon, but they're in those neon outfits that you're like, are you a safety officer? Like, what are you wearing? It was tights and the jacket. She was in yellow. He was in pink. The other guy, I don't remember what he was wearing, some ultra marathon t-shirt, and they're speaking Spanish. And I know just enough. I've been on Duolingo for 479 days that I know just enough that it's Spanish, And I know just enough that the only phrase I can say right now is, "Donde está la playa?" And I say it to them as they're scurrying past me, and I think she looks back and like, blah, 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 keeps babbling in Spanish. And then the guy says to me, she could talk the whole way up this mountain. And they're 70 years old. And they are flying up the mountain. And all of a sudden, I'm inspired. I'm like, you know what? If they can do this with that ease, I am gonna make it up to the top of this mountain, and then the next time I do this mountain, I'm gonna be in shape. Okay, there was my little pep talk, right? I said the Donde está la playa to them. I don't even think they knew what to say. They knew other people on the mountain. They had friends. They had teammates that were taking them to the next level. They had Mike. They had Tom. They knew people. I knew no one. I was so in my own head, and I was just determined that I was going to get up the mountain. I don't remember what number I was at when all of a sudden my legs are starting to shake, and I'm like, what have I done? They airlift people off this thing. This was a terrible idea. Quiet that down, get back on. I start counting. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I knew I could make it up there. By the very tippy top, there were little places where you didn't even know if you were on the trail or you were in the middle of some weird little boulder field. I didn't know where that praying monk was that I had thought was so lovely. I just knew I was close to the top. And when I got to the top with my team, yes, applause for the top, my crushed water bottle, like right nestled in there, my pearl was still there, my little black outfit, I'm at the top and I'm like, I don't want to look around. I'm so tired. I don't know where I am anymore. How am I going to get down? I cannot go down the same way I went up, because those people, as much as they were smiling at me, it looked hard. I started thinking about my knees. I started wondering, how am I going to get down? What am I going to do? There was a little sign on there that said Chola. And again, my Spanish, not so good. I thought that meant end. Stop, end. So I'm like, oh, that must be the marker that says this is you've reached the top. Well, it meant there was another route down. I look at the people, because you know you're walking along, you notice everybody, and I thought, there's got to be another way down. And I make friends with somebody up there. And he's like, oh yeah, I haven't done this hike for 10 years. I work for UPS, but I came up this way. And I'm like, so how's that way down? What's it like? And then my 3 Spanish-speaking friends go, it's really slippery. You don't want to go that way. But if you do, be careful. Anyway, I meet Kevin, and I say, Kevin, can I follow you? Can I follow you down? I don't know how I'm supposed to go. And the way I had come up, I didn't know if I was coming up the path or not. I found my friends along the way. I found my teammates. I went down with Kevin. It was a piece of cake. It was hard at the very beginning, but then it was a piece of cake, and I was thrilled. Never had I been so happy to get on solid ground and call an Uber to take me back to where I was staying. He's like, oh no, you can walk back to where you're staying. I said, I am not walking back to where I'm staying. I am exhausted. My meeting had been canceled, it all worked out, but I was tired. I was so over my head, but I did it. And one of the things, as you think about whether you're a teammate or whether you're the leader of a team, who are you taking with you? Who are you inviting to be a part of your journey? We all get over our heads sometimes. We set a goal that's bigger than we think. We dive in without thinking through all the steps. You don't know mile markers. You don't have a business plan. You just know you're going for it. And there I was thinking, you know what? I just did this. I've got my golf ball to show for it. And somehow when we had dinner, Harvey and his wife and I said I climbed up that mountain, I don't think they knew that I didn't take the little like easy route, and I wanted to talk about it for the nth degree. They didn't really want to hear it. So that's why I'm telling all of you, because now I know when you want to put together something with your team, you have to be both the leader and the teammate. I had to smile enough. I don't know if I looked like I was haggard or people were just being nice or I smiled and asked questions. Frankly, I think I was having an out-of-body experience the whole time, but I made it up there. And when you're thinking about yourself and your goals and what you want to do, you know what? Aim big. You never know what's going to happen. because the view is way better at the top and the journey down is going to be much easier. So I want to leave you all with a little thing, because you're all kind of big deals today just for being here. I don't think you're big deals, because I like to say kind of a big deal, because you have to have a little sense of humor, but put your goal down. Put what you want. It could be this afternoon, it could be 30 days from now, it could be a year from now, and put the date of when you wanted to happen. I knew I wanted to make it to the top of that mountain by 11 o'clock. I thought I would be up and down and, like I said, showered and eaten breakfast. I don't remember what time I got home. I could look at my little iPhone thing, but set a goal and you will achieve it. So with that, thank you.